Raider Nation? What is going on? Another down to the second victory for our Oakland Raiders, man. It came right down to the last second. I'm still a little shaky, little pumped up. It reminds me of week 1 versus New Orleans Saints. Man, I'm extremely happy that we won, but man, I got some beef that we got to get out. We'll get it out as it goes. Join me as always is Raider Pirate. Pirate, what's up?
What's going on, man? What a victory. I'm not even going to talk about the terrible stuff that went on. I was thinking about it before we came. I'm like, man, when we were up by like 10 points and, going in, I was like, man, I'm going to have to talk about, some of this ridiculousness. And then all of a sudden, man, we were behind. And I was like, God, if we win, I will not talk about the ridiculous ugliness. But he gave me a pass. He said, you know what? We'll do it, and you can talk about it if you have to. But what a win. And what's so interesting is they did it against such a different type of football team. Week 1, like you talked about, was against an offensive powerhouse. Didn't have any defense at all whatsoever. This week was against the defensive powerhouse. And supposedly they didn't have any, they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. But they did it against that very, very disciplined defense. What an incredible, my voice is all, I was just like, no. And then it was like, yeah. Then it was like, oh, God damn. Oh, no. Yeah. Back and forth. So what an incredible game. The callers are just like streaming in. So I don't know if you want to.
1-888-916-9846. That's 1-888-916-9846. Give us a call. Let's go ahead. Let's get the excitement rolling.
Hang on a second. We got
all right.
We got a link going through here.
Joining conference now.
Boom. All right.
So I think with that we should be good to go. So our first caller is calling in from Springfield, Missouri. Are you there, caller?
What's going on at those us Raiders, man? We are dancing in Missouri. What a win.
Woo! Absolutely. Woo! I can't even do it right now, man, but I could go.
I'm right there with you, man. But I tell you, it's like every week they got to just bring it down. I mean, my heart pills. I got to refill my prescription. It's getting bad.
Absolutely, dude. You're a junkie, dude. You're a junkie at this point, man.
No doubt. I will say this. I won't keep you. I know you got a lot of callers, but I think the defense won this game.
Oh, absolutely.
And some of my great play calling again just drove me nuts. When we open it up, we move the ball. Look at that last possession. Why aren't we doing that the whole game? I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's again, and I hate to like pat myself on the back or say that I know what I'm talking about or whatever, but at the end of the day, well, no, I don't. But at the end of the day, what ends up happening is when we're in a close game, and you saw it in this game, so crazy, the ridiculous, stupid plays with the wrong personnel. When this guy is in a close game, he plays it close to the vest. I was sitting there at the end of the game like, man, I hope we start to lose this game. And that's a horrible thing to think about because that's the only way that this offense seems to play the way that we all know it can. Nye?
Yeah, I'm just ton of feedback.
Oh, that's on your side. You're going to have to undo your headphones most likely.
Let me see. It went away. Okay. So at the end of the day, I lost my train of thought. At the end of the day, they need to open up this offense more. You say it all the time. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to really sometimes he's trying to suck the defense in and then open it up. And then he kind of mix and matches to see what they're going to do. But again, we go down after the fumble and they take the lead. And Carr comes out and it just starts throwing it down the field like it's nothing. And like he said, why can't we do that all game? I mean, he has that ability. Once again, Carr goes for 200 yards, 4 TDs, and he only missed on 10 throws. He was 25 for 35. 25 for 35, 4 touchdowns, and only 200 yards. They need to start opening this offense, period.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you guys one other thing. What do you think about keeping Latavius Murray in most of the game? I'm just shaking my head. Why aren't those little guys in there getting present?
Well, some of the Latavius lovers are going to tell you, well, look, look what happened. Washington, fumbles the ball. I don't care. I give the ball to Washington as many times as I can. Every time I saw Latavius Murray in this game, I'm not going to – I made a deal with God, so I'm going to back off of it. I'll let everybody else talk about it, but I will say my piece. I see this guy. It boggles my mind. I think that we would be getting more yards. The offense would click better. We would move more with personnel changes. I will just leave it at that. Knight?
I'd give it to Washington too. I'd actually give it to Richard. I'm gonna stick by my guns. Richard is the best running back we have on this football team. At least he's the most explosive. This guy, I mean, he's doing into the punt return game, and he continues to show that speed and burst. Washington showed it again today. But I'm telling you, man, Richard just has another level to this kid, man. That's just exciting. But more importantly, about why is Murray in there? Why are you running a toss sweep on 3rd and 1?
Yeah.
Why do you take a 3rd and 1 and make it? Okay, all right. We're not going to be negative. We won the football game, but there's definitely some things we need to correct. Hey, I'm going to hit the reset button. Sorry, but man, I guess this game could have got away from us. It really did. But hey, shout out to the defense. I don't care. They started giving up the run. This pass rush, I mean, they were holding all day, not getting calls. Mac showed up. Mac got more than 1 sack, y'all. Mac got more than 1 sack. I know it's not going to show up in the numbers, but he was all over the place. And not only Mac, Bruce Irvin. You guys wanted Mac and Irvin, you got him today. Even though the statistics are not going to give us what we want, those boys balled out.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Let me just say, guys, I want to thank you for your show that I really look forward to after a win or a loss, tuning in with you guys. I really appreciate what you do, and your show top notch.
Oh, we appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys for calling in. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here is just get a dialogue and have a community going on, man. We appreciate you calling. And once again, man, right, re-up that prescription, get yourself, buy that 2-for-1. If you go online, you could get, 2-for-1 nitro pills right out of Canada, man. It's a beautiful thing. You may want to stock up.
You got it.
Because it looks like it's going to be a long one. All right, brother.
I'll talk at you.
Yep, we will talk with you again next week, man. Win, lose, or tie. Win, lose, or tie. So one thing I wanted to say, too, was once again, for the people that this week are going to pop on and they're going to say, well, you see, we told you Ken Norton Jr. didn't call this game. That is pretty clear. John Smith was trailing Steve Smith. They weren't playing the single high. They were blitzing a ton. They were creating pressure, something that both, if you take a look at Pete Carroll and Ken Norton Jr. and everything that Ken Norton Jr. has ever done has been playing defense one particular way. It was very clear from this game that Jack Del Rio's thumbprint was all over this bad boy. And once again, go back and look at what you were talking about before, Knight, to all those people out there, and you know who you are, that are against Reggie McKenzie, that are questioning those picks. Who are the guys that came up big? Bruce Irvin was all over the place. Sean Smith gets the interception to prevent them from scoring some points when we needed it to. Who gets the big hit at the end of the game? Reggie Nelson, another free agent that's brought in. So once again, Khalil Mack gets the motor going. But once again, these free agents were being misutilized in a system that probably is not best suited for what it is that they do. And we saw that they can be pretty good. Still some glaring weaknesses, man. You take a look. Yeah, you look at the stats, and once again, we gave up another 300 yards, 298 yards to a quarterback. So let's just say 300 yards if he fell forward, right, because he's 6-something. Okay, we gave up 113 yards, a 5-point yard average rushing to West, who, again, the Ravens' leading rusher was getting 40 yards through 3 seasons. I think West had 42 yards was his highest total through the season. And that's 3 games, 40 yards. So they were averaging 41, 42, and 43 yards, I believe it was. They play the Raiders, 113, 5.4 yard average, give up the touchdown. And again, Steve Smith, 8 catches, 111 yards, 13.9 yard average for this guy. And that one big play was just ridiculous. You know, I don't know what to say on that. But the defense, like both of you guys said, huge in this football game. I'm starting to actually think, hey, you know what? They might be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like they could. Just might do it.
And I want to give a big shout out to no one other than Corey James. Did you guys see that guy ball today?
Oh,
did you guys see that guy ball today? My God, dude. What he should have been in there week 1, and we might have that extra. We wouldn't have that one loss, I don't think, man. I think he really understands the position. He's a little light in the shoes, but he's got the more taller stature, and he's just real instinctive and knows where the ball's at. I want to show him a lot of love. Yeah, there's some holes on the defense, sure, but what a bounce back for these guys to really play the most complete game. If it wasn't for that fumble, I think the game is different. But nevertheless, this team played together. Carr, Crabtree. Hello, Crabtree. Wow.
Yep.
Is it Crabtree or is it Grabtree? Because that guy just grabbing everything, dude. Everything.
They called him the Claw. They called him the Claw, man. They said he's the Claw. From now on, he's the Claw. He's known as the Claw. And the callers that call in, man, we're going to ask you when you call in, are you an offensive guy, you a defensive guy? We all prefer at least a little bit of offense. Some of us are more offensive minded. Some of us are more defensive minded. So again, we'll go ahead and ask you, are you an offensive or defensive minded guy? And then tell us who you thought really stood out or what you thought was big in this particular game. All right, we got an unknown caller. Is this the Beast?
That's right.
What's up, Beast?
Man, this game was off the hook. I cannot believe it. Bill Musgrave almost cost us the game with his stupid play calling. My goodness, this guy. I cannot believe it. How is he going to do the little stupid, pass fake, draw or whatever the hell it's called, delayed draw, I think it's called. My goodness. I cannot believe it, man. But you know what, Carr, I don't care what anybody says, that guy is going to be top 5 by the end of the season. He's already right now, and he's just going to keep improving and improving. This guy, when the time gets tough, he comes through and he scores touchdowns. He does not care. He stands in there. He's fighting for, first down, even though he got called down on that run that he made. He just wants to win. And this guy is going to be elite. This guy is going to be a franchise quarterback for us for the next 10, 15 years, however long he lasts. I hope it's, that long. I mean, this guy is just vicious. He just throws dime after dime after dime. And Crabtree, oh my goodness, man, I swear to God, I'm glad they paid him. They should just give him another extension right now. Why not? This guy's playing ball out. And I mean, the defense. If the defense can play like this for the rest of the season, I'm not talking about it. No, I'm not talking about let's be elite. No, we don't want elite. We don't need elite with this offense. But as long as they're decent enough to where they can stop them, here and there, cause a turnover here and there, and give Derek Carr, good field position, he's gonna tear them up. He's what were they saying? I think they have like 20 red zone touchdowns or something like that. They have the longest streak, and the red zone they score a touchdown all the time.
Right.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Carr is just tearing everybody up. It doesn't matter. Once they get to the 20-yard line, I know we're scoring a touchdown. I don't think I've even seen a field goal thrown this, from inside the 20.
That's true.
So, guys, I'm just excited. I'm telling you right now, this was one of those games that everybody was talking about. That if they win this game, the Raiders are definitely on the radar. They are definitely there. The defense shut the critic. The offense shut the critic. Carr shut the critic. Like you said, McKenzie shut the critic with those, free agency picks. Like they were saying, we have 9 rookie players playing on this team. 9! That's like almost half of the damn team.
Yeah.
Like the starters. That's ridiculous. I mean, what? All these years, next year, we're going to have the same players. maybe a player here or there, that they might add on the free agency. But other than that, and the rookies. But I mean, other than that, everybody's young. They're ready to roll. We're just gonna be smashing mouth all year long, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best, and man, I'm just excited right now. I'm excited.
Well, we appreciate that, man, and we appreciate you calling in. Like we said, we appreciate you calling into the premier YouTube Raider broadcast. But once again, brother, tell us: are you an offensive guy, defensive guy, and who would you single out on either side of that ball that just impressed you the most?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm an offensive guy, man. I want to score touchdowns every single damn time they touch the ball. And it just pisses me off that must say, something's just holds Derek back. He holds him back. I mean, I don't know what's wrong, but I mean, me, I'm an offensive guy. I mean, it's obvious who, the best player is, and that's Crabtree. The beast. 3 touchdowns. I'm not sure if he went over 100 yards, but I mean, come on, man. This guy is just clutch. He catches everything. It doesn't matter where you throw it. You throw it low, in the sideline, almost out of bounds. Toe drag swag, everything. This guy's just the complete package, man. Crabtree's just, my MVP right now. I mean, I know Carr, is the quarterback, but I mean, obviously that's the easy choice. But I mean, Crabtree's just, whew, my goodness.
All right, brother, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in, and we hope to hear from you again. Obviously, we got the pick'ems coming up here, so we hope to hear from you again next week after the San Diego game, big division game. We're gonna have a big show for our division opponents. But yeah, we appreciate you calling in, man.
I appreciate it. And right now, I'm watching the Denver game. These guys are going to lose. I can already see it, man. Tampa Bay plays really good.
I want to see New Orleans beat. New Orleans has to beat the Chargers, and then there's that big Monday night game, man. Steelers against the Chiefs. So
it's Sunday night. It's Sunday night.
Oh, is it? So it's tonight. Okay, I thought it was a Monday night game. Okay,
yeah, tonight.
So that's going to be, man, oh, man, if we could just get that one, if the Saints can go ahead and take care of, whatever Denver does. We proved today that we can play against an elite type of defense. Say what you want about Baltimore. They're an elite type of defense. They can get it done. So, now it's about going in and proving it against Denver. But if we can get some help on those weeks when we do win,
definitely,
yeah, then we're good to go. All right, brother, man. We will talk to you.
Hey, if Denver can, let's say Denver loses right now, man, we're probably going to be number 1 in the AFC.
We'll be tied. Yeah, for sure.
Guys.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Take care.
By the mismatch or whatever. You guys have a great day.
You too, Beast. Take care. Beast. All right, man. A couple of things that kind of came up too. Just some kind of interesting things. They had Ben Heaney went in there. The defense right away came after Ben Heaney, and then all of a sudden they had to throw Bates in there. They actually threw Bates in there, a special teams guy at linebacker, because Ben Heaney was just getting. Once again, we watched it. He was just getting knocked out of plays, taking poor angles. It's just a real head scratcher. Like you said, Corey James balled out, man. He looked like a real middle linebacker.
Yes, he did.
He was in on a lot of plays with who? Carl Joseph. Carl Joseph was flying around out there, and who was also getting pressure on the quarterback? Somebody named Jihad Ward. So once again, and what about Latham? Pushing the pocket
too, sir.
They're deciding to go with Danico Autry in the middle to create some pressure, so that guys like Irving and Mack can finally begin to get this type of pressure. So again, they made some really great substitutions, and put their guys in a position to make some plays. This defense, by and large, looked pretty good. But again, look at where we are, man. We're sitting here like, oh, they should have been better. The bottom line is, what did we ask for? What did we pray for? We said, just give us a decent defense. And they gave us a decent defense the last couple of weeks. And, once again, Now we take a look at this offense and say, come on, let's not throw a wide receiver screen on 3rd and 12. Let's not run a damn draw on 3rd and 15. Let's be just a little bit more creative. I'm listening both to Greg Papa and to the announcers kind of simultaneously. I got an earpiece in my ear, but my left ear is listening to the television. And both of them at the same time, when Washington fumbled that ball, they said, wow, you really put him in a bad position. You know, the defense is waiting for that. This is pretty obvious. And Lincoln Kennedy went so far as to say, you know, this play continues to not work game in and game out. We're not surprising anybody. You know, we do it so much that it's not even like when Baltimore ran it against us and we were surprised, right? We do it so much that nobody is surprised by this particular play, you know? So
well, I had my brother rolling, dude, because he was sitting in front. We're both blind, by the way, guys. So we actually got to watch the game together. So luckily I got a 60-inch TV because we had to share it. So I had 30 inches. He had 30 inches on one side. So anyway, I kept tapping him on the shoulder. I'm like, here comes the screen. And he could look back at me, boom, screenplay. And I was doing it all game. Here we go. Here's the middle screen. He's going to hit the running back right now. Boom, they did it. And he just kept looking at him. I was like, dude, it's predictable. I said, if two blind guys can sit here and call what the offense is going to do, things got to change. I know I said I'd stop picking on it, but seriously, two blind guys are calling your plays and what you're running. That can be a good sign. So he definitely has to become more aggressive. But I mean, back to Beast though, real quick. If y'all didn't get to see that replay of that last Crabtree touchdown, go look at the footwork on that play. Just go look at the footwork. I mean, at first I thought, oh, maybe he didn't get it. But then when they showed the replay, that toe tap was insane, man. That guy is the real deal.
Wasn't even the toe tap was impressive. Obviously, the toe drag swag, like Beast was saying, but they show him getting off the line and then the move that he makes on the corner and then how he gets free and then he makes the catch. I mean, he just came up huge today. I mean, Crabtree, like I said, I think is the true beast on this team offensively. You know, if you look at Amari Cooper, 5 catches, 48 yards. That's pretty pedestrian, 16-yard long. But you look at Crabtree, 7 catches, 88 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? And he had a 23-yard reception for a touchdown. That's a 23 yards for a touchdown. So he had the longest pass play of the day, and he got a touchdown in the process. Clive Walford came out, you know, was okay, but all these guys came up when we needed them. And what about our boy Watts Raider, who came out and said Seth Roberts could be a Pro Bowler. Now, maybe he's not going to be a Pro Bowler on this football team. But like I said, I think he's an Oz Hakeem type. You know, catching that touchdown pass, man, was huge. Him coming up was huge. Derek Carr was huge. Only 199 yards passing, but 4 touchdowns, no interceptions against a really, really good defense. He made some decisions.
25 for 35. 25 for 35, Pete. 25 for 35 and 4 touchdowns.
Threw the ball again a lot, but had a lot of completions, you know. And then once again, you look at this running game, DeAndre Washington, 5 carries. What did he get? 30 yards. What did Latavius Murray get? 8 carries, 19 yards. 8 carries, 19 yards. Jalen Richard, 2 carries, 15 yards. Right. So when you start looking at it, you could see, Richard positive, Washington positive, Murray not so positive, right. Not getting a lot of those yards. Right. All right. So let's go ahead to our next caller here from Tupelo, Mississippi. Caller, you're on.
Hooray!
What's going on, brother?
First of all, I want to say great show, Pirate, and great show night. You guys keep up the good work. It's going to be a quick calling. Love the game, nail biter to the end. But I'm going to give it up to Marquette King, man.
Yes.
Marquette King, our punter. He had a great game too, man. Everybody else had a better game, but I believe Marquette King pinned them back so many times in this game. That was wonderful to see too. Hey, we'll keep up the great show, guys.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you calling. That's a great point. I heard kind of all week long. I was reading these different articles as we were preparing for this game. Because of the show that we do during the week, and it kept coming up. Jim Harbaugh is a special teams guy. He's going to have some trick plays. He's going to have this. He's going to play field position, use his defense. He's got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and they can still get the job done. And as I was looking at this, I thought they talked about the three amigo, or they call them something, the big three, something like that. And they were talking about like the punter, the kicker, the punter, and the long snapper, right? And they said, the kicker is one of the best in history. The punter is extremely good, and the long snapper has been in the Pro Bowl. And I thought to myself, you know what? We got a kicker that's pretty good. That could kick a 60-yard kick. We got a punter that should be in the Pro. There is absolutely no reason. This guy is better, in my opinion, than, I don't want to get into, I guess, whether he's better or not. But Leckler was, after Ray Guy, Leckler obviously was the next best thing to Ray Guy. Now you got Marquette King. And Marquette King, I mean, the field position, kicking it out, dropping it inside the 10-yard line. He gave us field position. He was huge. He played at a Pro Bowl level today. The long snapper, do you ever play at a Pro Bowl level? I don't know. We didn't have any, false snaps or whatever. And Janikowski, well, hey, you know what? If the offense is doing it, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So, once again, at the end of the day, our special teams, our punt return coverage. There was one play that killed me, because it was like right after we had our score. We turn around and we let this guy get back to the 50-yard line. Just kind of really sucked. But once again, at the end of the day, you win in three phases of the game. Offensively, we were able to do what we needed to do to get the job done. Defensively, we were able to get in there and do what we need to do to get the job done. And on special teams, I think we came out and we did what we had to do to get the job done.
No, absolutely. And
I think this is our first team win.
We got the ultimate team win here. I think all levels did their job. We could look at the fumble once again, and we could look at the big play to Steve Smith. But at the end of the day, this team just never says quit. Just never says quit. How about the offensive line? It went up against its best defensive front. It held its own. Even with the rookie right tackle in there, he had his mistakes, definitely, but it didn't kill us. And again, Carr does not go down. No sacks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Was an incredible performance by this line. I mean, they had their miscues. I think Vidal Alexander, but it's exactly like I said, Knight, and you probably agree with me here. We were thinking, wow, he did a good job against Tennessee. They probably gave him some help. But now you got to go up against Terrell Suggs, Elvis Dumervil. You got to handle yourself against these speedy guys. These are Pro Bowlers. These are not just guys. So once again, Donald Penn handles his own. He's not getting a lot of help. He's doing what he needs to do at his position. You got a guy like Vidal Alexander. Alexander, folks, this is a guy that they said was drafted low to even play guard. He should have been like a third, fourth round pick at the guard position. He fell. I mean, he plummeted in the draft. We end up grabbing him. Do we slide him in there at guard? No. We slide him out to right tackle, where all of the experts, all of the draft experts, I have all the books. I got all the books. I got Sporting News, Pro Football Weekly, Athlon, Lindy's, every single publication that you can have basically said, you're going to have to move him to the inside. There's no way that he can play. He has terrible footwork. The best coaching in the world won't be able to get this guy to play tackle in the NFL. Well, guess what, folks? Mike Tice has had him playing right tackle in the NFL 2 weeks in a row and against some very, very stiff competition. Do you have anything else to say about that before we go to our next caller?
No, I mean, just a big shout out to Mike Tice, because like you said, I mean, this guy's not even supposed to be a tackle. Yes, he had his letdown city, but he's a rookie playing right tackle right now, right? I mean, it is what it is. He held his own. He's gone up against guys like Suggs. He's gone up against guys like Dumervil. He's going up against guys like Arapaho. I mean, this guy has been doing his job, dude. So, I mean, can't wait to get the other crew back, Howard and Watson, but man, it looks like we're going to have a solid offensive line moving forward throughout the whole year. Just knock on wood.
Yeah, man. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please welcome to the
not children of all ages.
Straight from the limousine. Yeah, exactly. Maybe not children of all ages, but straight from the limousine on his way back from the airport. Ladies and gentlemen, the Watts Arena.
Hey man, hold on. Let me just play something real quick.
All right, here we go.
The autumn wind is a player.
All right.
I'm feeling it.
See the rocking song he sings along, swaggering voices. His face is white. He wears a red sash with a silver he growls as storms and the trees all shake. Hold on. As he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is what? Is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you around and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Yeah.
Hey, Watts. I want to address Watts before he speaks real quick.
Man,
Cut him off real quick, Pirate. Cut him off. Let me.
Hang on, Watts.
My voice, man.
Watts, hang on a second. Hang on.
Pretty much lost my voice, man.
Hang on, Watts. Knight wants to tell you something. Hang on.
Hey, yo,
Go ahead,
Watts,
Knight.
my brother from another Watts. Hey, man, I know you're about to drop the mic again, but I just really want to let you know, don't make me go get my sunglasses, okay? You know, I don't care. You could do a drop mic right now. You can lay it down right now, but just don't make me go get my sunglasses, brother.
We all need sunglasses.
Go get him right now.
Uh-oh. He said, go get him, man. That's a challenge. He just challenged you, man. All right, Watts, what you got, brother, man?
That's from you. That's why I wear shades, because of you.
Uh-oh.
That's why I wear shades in all my videos, because of you.
There you go. See that, man?
Much
The
love,
night is
man. Much love.
You got him?
No, man. No, I ain't going out and getting them, man. Hey, the stage is yours, brother. The stage is yours.
All right, okay. All right, well, that's okay. But that's all good. But look. Let me get to it, man. Man, hey, just like you said, this was a team win, man. Everybody, clamped down in that fourth quarter, man, because, when Michael Smith went out the game, man, I kind of took a breath, man, and I was like, oh, shit, he ain't finna come in the game. I say, man, they finna go right at it. And that's just what they did, but we just stayed strong, man, because I'm going to say this, man, we were supposed to lose this game, too. But you know what? The defense came out on that last drive, man, and they showed a lot of fight, man. And when Reggie Nelson had just missed that pick, man, I was like, man, they can taste the win. They just got to make one more play. So I just want to say, man, the defense played really well, man. When we needed them to play, Corey James was lights out again. That's my boy. Carr Joseph, man, was lights out. DJ played really well. He played really good early in the game. He didn't give up no big play except for that one catch. But, that's Steve Smith. So, he going to make that catch. Sean Smith played pretty good, too, man. He played solid. The whole special teams unit, man, played really well. They pinned them boys down there, man, and they kept us afloat. Marquette King was making good kicks. I want to say that Washington and Rashard, man, they need to play more. Musgrave got to stop bullshitting and put them boys in the game because Murray, he's not getting us no momentum, man. We need to put the momentum player in the game. I want to say Khalil Mack, man, he played much improved. D'Amico Archer and Irvin came up big with that turnover. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just really showed up. Really just showed up, man. I want to give a shout out to Jack Del Rio too, man, for making tough calls, man, and going for that shit on fourth down. He was able to keep the shit going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't give up on the team. He put us in position to score. I want to give a shout out to Crabtree. I mean, he money. I ain't worried about him. He money. So he showed up. Derek Carr played like a franchise quarterback today. I don't want to hear nothing about Derek Carr. No most. He proved that he a quarterback of the Raiders, man. As long as he want to be a Raider, he going to be a Raider. So, I got some bad shit, that I want to talk about. But you know what? I ain't gonna talk about the bad shit, man. I'm probably gonna make a video about it and talk about it later. You know, things you need to clean up. So I'm just happy that we won this game, man. We needed this game, and I'm hoping that Denver gonna lose so we can go on and be tied with them boys, and then we're gonna make a push for the next 2 games because they both AFC opponents. We need to win both of them games, and then we need to see what they're at. Because the target is on the Denver Broncos, man. We gotta win this division this season. But I don't want to hold y'all up too long. Much love to you, Power. Much love to Knight, the whole Raider Nation. We got to win. Let's keep this shit rolling. Watch Raider, man, and I'm out.
All right, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, he just dropped the mic, walks out, doors open up. He's got like these sliding glass doors, and then boom, there he is. Beautiful ladies, champagne. He's got rhinestones. The guy looks like Elvis. I don't know what else to say, but he looks like Elvis. As he walks out, he's like, it's incredible. It's incredible. But yeah, I mean, once again, I mean, you know, some really good points. You know, this team used to lose a lot of games like this. This team used to bend over and just break and not have what it took. You know, they would find a way to lose. They would get penalties. They would have committed a pass interference on that last call of the game. You know, they would have hit low or grabbed on somebody. DJ Hayden even was balling out, like Watt said. You know, there's so many things that you forget about that as the callers call in and they start talking about these things. You're like, oh, that's right. Yeah, DJ Hayden actually had some plays. He was tackling. Yeah, he did have a big, you know, faux pas, but whatever. It happens. It's football. You know, but this particular football team, they're just more disciplined. They understand, hey, you know what? We can do this, man. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, we're going to lose. Oh, my God, we're going to lose this game. I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. We should have come in here. We should have done what we needed to do and gotten out of here. But no, we go into our shell. We call stupid plays. We do this. We do that. We let them drive right down the field. We let them score. You know, all of a sudden it's a close game. Oh, no, wait a minute. Now we're behind for the first time all freaking game long, you know. But once again, you know, guys like Crabtree with never say die type of attitude. And again, look, folks, let's face it. Amari Cooper is getting double teamed. You know, Khalil Mack is getting double teamed. That's the beauty of this defense, is the fact that we've got guys that for the first time really and not in Crabtree's case, but I'm talking about on the defensive line. For the first time, we had a ton of pressure because they were committing a guard, a center, and a running back to Khalil Mack, and they still couldn't stop him. And that was giving pressure up the middle. The center had 2 holding calls all year, you know, or in all the previous games. And in this particular game, he had 2 or 3, you know. So again, we were getting pressure up the middle. Darius Latham. Who is this kid? Where did he come from? This is a guy that played big during during camp into the preseason, and he's coming up big in games. I mean, we've had this before where guys have played big during the preseason, and then we never see them. We would just never see them, right? So we're seeing these guys that played well during the preseason come in and continue to play well. Again, Irvin, for all the people, oh, this guy's that, and also for all of the people. Khalil Mack is a one-dimensional guy. Shannon Sharp, you idiot, right? If you just watch this particular game, and I'm sorry, I'll let you jump in here in a second, Knight, but if Shannon Sharp just watched this particular game, I counted 6 or 7 different moves that he utilized, from spin moves to up and over moves, swim moves. He had a club move. He came, came in on a stunt to create some pressure. He got low, you know, to the ground in that kind of like, you know, spinning all the way around the outside. I don't know what they would call that, but where you're coming around and you're just kind of getting like vertical like that to the line, you know, to the line, right? So it had a variety of different pass rush moves in order to get to the quarterback, created a ton of pressure. And once again, they had to use a lot of guys to try to block him out, and that allowed everybody else to make the plays that they needed to make. So once again, incredible. They did a fantastic job, I thought, of generating pressure, and the linebackers in the secondary, I thought, did a really fantastic job. I think we're set in the secondary. I think we're set in the secondary, which I wouldn't have said week 1 or 2, you know. We're still a little bit shaky with the linebacker position, but I think it's a ton better than it was before.
No, let's say this real quick. With everything that we've seen, I mean, there's this team especially on the defensive side of the ball, it still needs a lot of work, right? But here's the one thing that I always stay positive about. They're getting better. They got better this week. They built upon what they did last week. I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but that's not all on just them, right? And there was one other big play. But you see this defense starting to improve. The pass rush is getting better. The secondary's playing better. The linebackers, which is still the weakness, but you see a young guy coming up, and that's the key. We have so many young rookies on this defense. With every passing week that goes by, we just went through the first quarter of the season. We absolutely played horrible defense for the most part. Let's face it. We're not going to be jumping up in the standings there anytime soon, but we're 3-1. We're 3-1. So with every time that we get to play in these kind of games, we're winning football games. They're learning, they're growing. There's so many rookies: Latham, Ward, Calhoun, Joseph, James. The list goes on and on and on, and we're winning football games. And these guys are just going to be getting better and better week in and week out. So that's something to always be positive about. We're winning football games, and we got a lot to work on, but we're winning football games.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive what they've been able to do. I think, again, offensively, and to make the adjustments they had to make defensively has really been huge. So once again, folks, the number is 1-888-916-9846. We may have to cut the show a little bit short today, but the number to call in is 888-916-9846. So we got Visalia. Caller, you're on.
Tim.
Hello, guys. I haven't got to see the game. I saw the score. How did everything work out? I haven't just got back home.
Oh, you didn't see the game, man?
No, I got it recorded. I'll watch it later.
Oh my God, it's worth watching. That's for sure. Knight, you want to tell him or?
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, Tim. I mean, you saw the score.
Spoil it.
Just get your popcorn. If you haven't watched it yet, you DVR'd it. Go get some popcorn, and then after you get your popcorn ready, then make sure the champagne's on ice, man, and get ready to pop your top, dude. Okay?
All right, man. I was calling. You guys have a great day, and
hey, Tim. Hey, Tim, before you go, man, did you get a chance to watch the weekly show?
Absolutely. I saw that you did.
All right. I put down there in the comments. Sometimes people can't read it, but we appreciate you coming up with those stats, man. So we just wanted to give you a shout out and let everybody know that you were the one. Tim from Visalia is the one who came up with those Derek Carr statistics. And once again, Derek Carr, I talked about it on the show. If he just had a decent game today, threw for about 200 yards, and again, he's got 4 touchdowns, he should still be in that top 5 category, and I think he stepped up. You're going to see an incredible game, Tim. It starts out fast, and then it kind of slows down, and then it gets fast again, and then it slows down. You're feeling good, and then you're feeling bad. Well, let me just say, it's your typical Raider game, right? It is literally the typical Raider game that we've seen every week so far this season. Only once did it not work out for us. Derek Carr comes up with a fantastic game-winning drive, once again, and Michael Crabtree is huge. It was an incredible game. My voice, that's what I'm saying. We may have to kind of cut this sucker at 1 hour because, man, I was yelling, screaming, running around. It was incredible. It was an incredible game.
Awesome. I think this year if they keep that, I'm going to go completely white.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, Tim, we appreciate you calling, brother man, and we look forward to hearing from you next week after the San Diego Supercharger game.
All right, bud. You have a good one, man.
All right, man.
Take care.
Yeah, man. So once again, just kind of looking at, this particular game, we at this point right now are 3-1. Okay, we have won multiple games on the road. All right, we've traveled We went round trip to Tennessee, came home, went round trip to Baltimore, and then came home. We're going to be going to Mexico, and we're going to be doing a back-to-back Florida trip. A Dennis Allen team, I'm sorry, would just crumble. I mean, it would crumble. I think even, any of those coaches that we had would probably have a hard time. But we're 3-1. What did we talk about? Going into this season, I would have been happy with 2-2. To tell you the truth, I would have come on here after this particular game, the way that they played and the improvements that I saw, I would have been happy with 2-2. I'm ecstatic right now. What Derek Carr did, what Crabtree did, was, in my opinion, I just thought incredible. The defense is looking better. This was a tough place to play. This is a tough team to play against. They were 3-0. This was an undefeated football team coming in, and you could say, well, they beat this, they beat that. Doesn't matter. They were 3-0. They beat the teams that were put in front of them, and then we had to go into their house and we had to get into a gunfight with these guys, and they won a Super Bowl, right? Sure, they don't have some of the players that won that Super Bowl, but this is still a very experienced football team that is getting healthy again. And we went in there, and we were able to come out with a victory. Heck of a job by Jack Del Rio and this coaching staff.
No, absolutely. And I just, just to reiterate too, just a little bit what you said. I mean, I would have took the 2-2, but I'll take the 3-1. If we could just battle within these next 3 weeks, and we can go 500 now, well, at least win 2 of these next 3, we're sitting good before the bye, and then it'll get a little better. We can get a little healthier. I mean, this offensive line's still going to get stronger. The chemistry between these receivers and the quarterback. And like I said, I want to throw this out there too. For all you Carr haters, and I know you probably still exist, you guys are running out of excuses. I think last week was the guy cannot change his cadence and get anybody to jump off sides. Well, there was a crucial 4th and 1. And how did we get that first down, Pirate? I think he got to jump off sides, right? So he continues. He's listening. He's listening. So keep commenting, keep putting him down, because every time he does, something tends to happen. He shows us, yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah. And the throws that he made. I mean, the throws that he made, you can't, those aren't Trevor Siemian throws. Those aren't, Jacoby Brissett throws. Those aren't these guys that are having success. Even I watched the game from London. Even Bortles, all of these other guys. Derek Carr is clearly the best quarterback amongst that draft class. I mean, I think we can begin to start putting that argument even to rest. I've already dismissed the people that are like, Derek Carr's not an elite quarterback. He's not the Raider quarterback. We need this, we need that. I've already put that to sleep, because you cannot convince somebody that, has a set point and that's just what they believe. I mean, hey, the sky is blue. No, the sky's purple. Okay, whatever, dude. Okay, then, I can ask you a couple of times. We could take a look at it. We can ask a couple of other people. We can, sit around and take pictures and look at the pictures. But after that, man, we got to just be like, all right, well, you're touched by God. We have to pat you on your head and just kind of send you on your way, tape your hands and stuff, make sure you don't hurt yourself, running around with sharp objects, things of that nature, because this kid is just balling out. That's all he's doing week in and week out. He's driving this team down the field, and he's doing what he needs to do to be the leader of this particular team. So, like I said, I push those people aside now, and I just kind of go like, no reason even talking to those guys. We may as well move on, to the next set of people. All right, Durham, North Carolina, you're on.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Good win, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
East Coast travel, 3 victories. Can't ask for much more.
Nope.
No, you can't.
Man, this team, man. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it through the whole damn season, man.
Hey, we already said, man, here's my best advice to you. Go online and, like I said, get you that big double jumbo pack of nitro pills for your heart, and stay off the heavy meats. Don't drink alcohol. Clean out your system. Go and do a liver cleanse. You got to live right, man. You're going to have to pray a little bit more, meditate in the morning. In order to make it through this season, man, you're going to have to be pure, because right now these guys are busting hearts, busting blood vessels. I mean, people are just dropping there's probably an epidemic right now. The hospitals don't understand what's going on, so hang in there, man. Hang in there.
You got that right, man. Look, when we were up, I just knew that we were going to hang on, probably go down and score another touchdown or two, put the game away. Stepped outside for a minute, came back, we up by 2.
Oh, God.
Like, man,
yeah.
Please.
Yep.
But the defense is coming along, man. And just give it a little time. Good defensive win today. Good defensive win.
So are you an offensive or a defensive guy, man?
I'm an offensive guy.
All right. So who stood out to you?
I'm an offensive guy.
Who stood out to you on the offense today?
Crabtree, offensive line.
Absolutely.
Crabtree, offensive line. I see that they activated Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. He's going. Honestly, going forward for the next couple of weeks, he's going to probably have to be a big role. He's probably going to have to end up playing a big role, man, because Lee Smith's down, Walford's down. Use that tight end down the seam, and that's what Rivera's good at.
Yep.
So now Carr has a third weapon to add to this thing, so we can stop getting away from these stupid ass 3rd-and-1 sweeps.
It was a toss. It was like you needed 1 yard and threw it 5 yards backwards.
Right. No, it was 10 yards backwards because you get the damn holding penalty.
Right.
Yeah, but hey, them damn holding penalties on those holding penalties on number 74 were bogus, man. That boy played his butt off today for a damn rookie.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
I agree.
Against a tough defensive line at that.
Yeah. Yes. Well, guys, looking forward to next week. ISO Raider. I'll call you guys next week, man.
All right, man.
Great show.
All right. All right, ISO. Take care, brother, man. Yeah, man. Gosh, the same thing sort of happened to me. I mean, I was sitting there and I thought to myself, okay, we got this one in the bag. I think I can relax. I can go outside. I can grab something, go to the bathroom, grab something to eat from the fridge, come back inside, and boom, all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, wait, what's going on here? But once again, I got to keep going back to the fact that this team just showed resilience and this team just showed heart. Folks, I'm going to shut down the phone lines at this time. Unfortunately, if anybody is on the line, we only have a little bit left to go. So we hope that you do call back next week. But we just have to make sure that I've got time to get out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down the phone lines at this time. We still have about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so. And I just want to kind of get out sort of our thoughts, and then I've got to bounce. But so based on that night, I mean, once again, like, what do you think happens from this point forward? We got a San Diego Charger team that's going to be coming in. We got a Kansas City team that looks very, very, very disciplined and looks like they, are a solid number 2, in this division. Obviously, we know the Broncos are undefeated, but I think, regardless, I think that that's some type of a mirage. I don't know exactly what type at this point, but what are your thoughts at this point as we now head into this stretch of 2 division games and then, all that travel coming off the back end?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say this: we cannot sleep on the Chargers. If you watch their games, I mean, they're constant. I mean, Rivers is still a threat, even with all their injuries. I mean, this team just seems to be in every game. So, whether they're up and they lose it towards the end or whatever the case may be, we can't sleep on the Chargers. But we should have their number, especially at home. We got to start defending. We got to start protecting our house. Okay, I love the fact that we went on the road three times already and traveled over 10,000 miles, and we got 3 victories. But we got to protect our house, and we need to make a statement next week against the Chargers, a divisional game, and we got to show that we're going to mean business just as much at home as we do on the road. And if we can't, then we need to start getting loud when we're on offense at home, because Carr seems to thrive in those situations. In Kansas City, once again, I mean, there was a reason why they were been talked about throughout the offseason as even probably being the front runner for this division. We can't slip on our division, period. Let me just say that. But this team is primed and ready, like I said, to go through what we went through, 10,000 miles in the air, and being able to fight tooth and nail. I mean, we saw the resilience of this team last season, but like Jack said, I mean, Ricky from the MVP, shout out to Ricky for being on the show. He said it twice, right? And he keeps bringing it up. It stuck out to him. Last year, we learned how to compete. This year, we're learning how to win. And we got 3 great wins under our belts. And there's even one that we possibly let slip away on our own and with Atlanta. But the sky's the limit. This team has a chance to make a big run. And like I said, I think the next 3 games are crucial. I think we need to win at least 2 out of these next 3, and we're sitting really good to make a run for, if not for the West, definitely be the front runner in the wild card.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that the division's going to be tough. We're right in the thick of it, though. And that's something that we could have said a year ago. But I think we all felt like we were lucky to be where we were when we were coming out, slightly above 500. This doesn't feel like just a lucky team. Like, man, we're just lucky to be here. You take a look at Atlanta, what Atlanta did today. Julio Jones, 200 yards receiving. I mean, Matt Ryan is just tearing it up. Maybe it's just that we ran into a buzzsaw in Drew Brees and a buzzsaw in Matt Ryan. Again, if you take a look at what happened to us in Tennessee. I mean, we were able to kind of play better in Tennessee, and I think we played much better against Joe Flacco. We still gave up almost 300 yards passing, which is not good. The defense is not going to be moving up very far. We still gave up 100 yards rushing. It's not very good, and a 100-yard receiver. So once again, not good in all those categories, but maybe it's not quite as bad as we thought it was those first 2 weeks. Drew Brees continues to throw for lots of touchdowns, very few interceptions. Matt Ryan continues to dominate every team that he's playing against. So potentially it wouldn't have mattered. We would have went in there perhaps against Tennessee or a team like we played in Baltimore, and we wouldn't be statistically the worst defense in history had we not played those 2 guys out of the gate. Now, there's a comment here in the chat section. I can't. It moves so fast, but I did see Sick Made, I believe it was. I don't agree with Sick Made very often in the comment section. He always says things that I'm just like, wow, man, that's out there. But he has something that I totally agree with him on. Why in the hell would they play that commercial where the guy's reaching into the thing filled with Raider beer cans, and he grabs a freaking Denver Bronco beer can and pulls it out? Why would you play that during? I mean, I get the whole idea of like stay true to who you are, but play that during a damn Bronco game. Don't play it during a Raider game. I mean, who is
conspiracy? It's a conspiracy, pirate. That's a conspiracy right there.
There you go, man. That's just ridiculous. And I was thinking it when I saw it, and Sick Made threw it into the comment section. So I was like, oh God, that's right. And I don't know about you, but I'm really, Matthew McConaughey. I used to like Matthew McConaughey, but I just think he's weird now, man. I think these commercials are weird. I think I don't know who they're putting these commercials out to, but once again, it's just I just watch Matthew McConaughey now, and I'm like, man, that guy's weird,
Right.
So anyways, man. But yeah, great game. And once again, all the people that are watching, over 100 people that are watching us, all the people that sent emails in, saying that they wanted to be part of what we were doing and enjoy what we're doing and love what it is that we're doing. We appreciate you guys coming here, man. Make sure that after you guys come here, you guys go and see some of the other shows that are on there. Raider Central's got a call-in line, and I believe does Cameron's still doing is he doing a live thing after the Raider Nation News live thing?
He usually does. Yeah, he usually does. So he's probably on there right now.
Yeah, so there's other guys. Usually we like to go for a couple of hours, but I have a very important appointment that I've got coming up here. So make sure that you guys do go and check those other guys out. Yeah, I mean, again, incredible game, 28-27. I mean, I'm starting to believe in this football team. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I'm starting to believe that we may have something special here. And if they can, if they can begin to bring this thing together, man, I think we can dominate.
No, absolutely. I'm feeling it. I feel the same way. Yeah, and it's been a long week. It's been a rough week through sicknesses, through my father, there's been a lot of crazy things. It'll be good to kind of wrap it up early and just kind of go and get this Sunday behind us so we can start for the Chargers. We're going to take on these Chargers and we're going to take it to them, guys. I have a lot of confidence in this team. Final thoughts, Pirate, and we'll jump out of here.
Yeah, big game tonight too, man. I didn't even know. I could have swore it was the Monday night game. I was getting all excited about the Monday night game, but it looks like it's going to be the Sunday night game. Yeah, we got it's AFC week coming up now. So we got the Chargers coming up. We got some great guests that are going to be coming on, professional guys that really are here to share some knowledge. And so that's going to be great. Like we talked about, it was a rough week. I got sick. Knight's dad had some issues going on there, so we weren't able to do things the way that we wanted to do it, but we appreciate the guests that did come on. Stephen Michaels, make sure to go check him out. I'm sure he's going to have something good on there. It's a good guy. Knows his football. MVP, again, guys, go there, check those guys out. Subscribe to those guys also, because they do every single week, man, they put out what they think the Raiders are going to do. So whether we like it or we don't like it, it's always good. We're going to be collaborating with them and some other people to try to get as many of those things together as possible and give those to you guys so that you guys can watch those and see what other people around the league are thinking about the Oakland Raiders. We're going to put those things together into a segment for you guys. And, and I will also want to touch base, please guys, don't, in the comments section, and we're just asking, this is not us telling you, this is not us, yelling at you or saying that you're not welcome here or whatever, but please guys, do respect our guests. They do come in and they do the best job. They take time out of their schedule. They contact us. We sit down, we talk with them, and we have a great time. I mean, I have a great time. I have a great time talking to these guys. We're networking. We're touching base on what we can do on a much bigger level. So, please, guys, we just request that you guys please just don't attack the guests and talk badly about the guests. I've said it before. If you guys want to say anything that you want about us, that's totally fine. We'll take that. You're an idiot pirate. You're this, you're that. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, that's cool. Send it on over to us. But please, don't go after Knight's vision. Knight can defend himself. I'm not trying to defend him, but I'm just saying that's something that, we don't have to do here. We want a family. We want a community. We are the premier Raider YouTube channel, and we want to create a community where people can come and feel like they're accepted, that they're not blocked, that they're not, that it's a family environment. We're talking to some of our Facebook friends who are also trying to do the exact same thing. Have an area, have a place where there's not a lot of swearing, yelling, cursing, fighting, and all those types of things. So once again, man, we're just asking, and for those of you that can't do it, we understand, you're touched by God, you got your problems, and, we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for your illness that makes you just want to go out and attack other people. But please try not to do it with our guests, because like I said, they're taking their time and their effort to come on, and we want to respect that, because that's what this show is all about: respecting one another, respecting our fans, and the people that come in to take part in that. So once again, I don't like really addressing that. I don't like talking too much about the comment section and things like that. But every once in a while, you kind of you come out and just ask people if they would respect that as well. There is so much content out there, and we're so happy to be part of creating all of that content. And we encourage people, go out, watch everything that you can. We know that you'll come back and watch what it is that we're doing. So go out, watch whoever's out there, but try to respect everybody. And also, please, guys, don't come into our content area and talk about other people. It's just not, they can be considered guests as well. So please don't come in and talk about some other channel or what happened on some other channel. It's not what this channel's about. So once again, those are my final things. And once again, what a freaking victory. What a great victory. I'm so sad. I'm sorry for those of you. There were 4 people that were on the line, but we had to cut it short, try to get out our final words here. So Knight, those are my final words, man. What do you got?
No, man, I just want to say well said. A shout out to Stephen Michaels from the Raiders Daily. Shout out to Ricky for Most Valuable Podcast. Always want to send our love over to Louis T, who covers the league like a blanket. These are a lot of guys that really have had our backs, for the show and being great guests. Also, just, man, the Stabler women, just everybody that's been on the show. And just to address the comment section for myself, just, I don't need anybody to defend me. I know Pirates.
Don't do it, man. Hey, don't give them the attention.
No, I'm just gonna say, hey, you guys can say whatever. Obviously, you guys don't see me respond because it doesn't bother me. I've had this since I was 16 years old. I've been living with it. I've been on YouTube for 3 years. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care if my eyes go right. I don't care if my eyes go left. I don't care if my eyes disappear. I'm gonna be here talking Raider football every single week, giving my opinions, giving my thought. And that's just what I love to do. So with that being said, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the W2W Live. This has been brought to you by the W2W broadcast team, the premier YouTube Raider channel. And we just want to say much love to everybody out there. Keep doing your thing. Thanks for the calls. Hey, Charger week, fellas. We're coming. Let's do this. All right. All right. Until then, y'all stay Raider strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Later.